my first year was amazing. It was great. I decided I wanted to come and teach because I was in love with Korean music and Korean culture and Korean food and K-dramas and everything. So I wanted to know, hey, what's over there? And I also really like to travel. So it was an easy decision to come here and to try to experience the culture and the way of teaching that is here. Because I grew up in the Western educational system, so I know that, but now I want to know what the Eastern educational system is like. So my first year was amazing. It was great. So I decided based on that, I would stay a second year at all of my schools, all of my same schools. My girls' middle school, which is my main school, my boys' middle school, my high school, which is a technical high school, and my elementary school. That's 4 schools. Kind of unheard of for an epic teacher. And I also decided to stay in the same city. Of course, my schools are here. I'm going to stay in the same city because I had a really great experience with my schools and my co-teachers and principals and vice principals. So it was a win-win for me. Anyways, then the second year happened. So in the second year, that means like this year, my contract restarted February 2016. My friends that I made over the course of the past year, some of them left, okay? In particular, one friend that lived in the same town as me was basically my support system here. He left and I was super upset. It was kind of hard in the first few weeks, and then I was like, okay, well, cool. But then it's just other little things, like changes happened. My co-teacher that was with me from the first year, she went to training, so she was gone for 6 or 7 months. Actually, she'll be coming back in a few weeks. And my co-teachers changed at all my other schools, which is a normal thing. Co-teachers change, the administration changes, so it happens. But I have 4 schools yet again, so a lot of changes in a little bit amount of time, getting to know new people and having to figure out, okay, what's their teaching style, how are we going to do this together, what's going to happen. So my main co-teacher left and a new co-teacher came in. This is her first experience with teaching at all, like ever. So she has never had any experience in the classroom at all. So I ended up having to help her a lot. Also, I had to actually become the teacher at my elementary school. I am now the English teacher. I have co-teachers, or rather homeroom teachers, that say that they stay in the classroom while I'm teaching, but I'm basically the teacher. So that was a completely new experience for me, because last year I had a teacher who would teach with me, and it's challenging. It's very challenging because at first I had no idea what to do. I would just plan like games and stuff for the lessons, but now I'm the one that's planning everything. I have a textbook. I do have textbooks. Like I have books, but still, not everything in the book is useful. Especially the games and activities. They're not always great. So going from last year, which was amazing, and like settling down and kind of figuring it out, to like a complete change overhaul from everything I knew last year, it was stressful. The kids were stressing me out, especially with elementary school, because if I'm the only person in the classroom most of the time, because let's be honest, homeroom teachers, if they're not doing anything, then that means that they could usually do something else in their classroom. So they'll go maybe every now and then to their classroom during my class, and I'm there with the kids by myself. So it drives you crazy. It does. Like when you can't get the class to focus, and I'm still not that great at Korean. I can't speak it very well. I can hear and understand what you're saying in Korean, but I am not that great at speaking. And I only know a few phrases to kind of control the class. So even with that, it's difficult because in Korea, male teachers are more regarded in the classroom than female teachers, they will listen to a male teacher more often than they will listen to a female teacher. So it's very, very difficult to get the classroom to do what they are supposed to do. So, and then little things like not being told that I should have certain things planned out, not being told that my classes are going to change, not being told certain things like events and stuff. It was a big deal. Like, I think it just got to be so many little things building up that I was like, you know what, I am done. I am done. And it came to the point where there was one day at school, it was my elementary school. I don't know why I have so many problems at my elementary school, but my classroom was just crazy rowdy, and I actually yelled at the kids. I never yell at my students, but I was so stressed out that I yelled at my students. And that was the point where I was like, you know what, I can't be this teacher. I don't want to be this teacher. I have to go. If it's going to be like this, I have to go. And along with the culture too, it's like you come here and the culture is so different. It's not the same as home. It's not at all. Like cultural boundaries, like just touching my hair, touching my skin, not asking to touch me, being in my personal bubble. Like, I don't like those things. Like, personally, I don't like those things. So when you have so many people coming up to you like during the day or during your week, and you're just like, you just want to go home, and then they come up and like, oh, they touch your hair and they say, oh, it's so pretty and green. It's kind of it's kind of stressful. It really is. Even though they're well-meaning, like it's something that I had to understand and deal with. But yeah, I was ready to go home. I was done. I was like, I'm gonna quit my contract. I'm gonna just go, because I can't be stressed out. I can't be unhappy and be what these students need. I can't do that.